This all happened at around 8 o'clock this morning when crews that were working on this road doing pavement found the manatee in the drain that you see straight ahead. You see where that green tarp is? That is exactly where the manatee is right now. And to the right, we've had fire crews for the last hour and a half digging in the ground so that they can finally get a hole. If you look right now, you'll see that Fire and Rescue, they have been working towards getting a pipe removed. You see, they're still working on that right now. That's one of the critical steps that they need to take so they can then get access to that manatee. Now, if you look over to the right, you see all of those cones? That is one of the storm drains where you can actually see the head of the manatee. It's been coming in and out and in and out. It'll go back and forth, but it can't move by much. And we've also spoken with Florida Wildlife. They've told us that at one point they've seen a couple of little scrapes on the manatee, so they are concerned with that regard. I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. They're telling Fire and Rescue that are inside of the hole to pull, but to pull gently. Because what is happening is that manatee is beginning to move, Tark. This is happening right now. The manatee is beginning to move. They're trying to get the manatee to move backwards. This is the hole that the manatee will come out of. You can now see the top of the manatee. The weight, approximately anywhere from 900 to 1,000 pounds. The crowd is starting to gasp. The manatee is being raised. We are told it is alive. This is not the type of rescue you have every day, but Jacksonville Fire Rescue and City Crews, an amazing job. And there you have it. You can hear the crowd, the applause. And now that manatee, as we said, immediately being taken into the manatee rescue truck, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. Unbelievable. Look at that. And they say the manatee will be okay. It is being carried onto a lift, at least a good 10 to 15, yes. And now the applause again. At every step they make in this rescue effort for the manatee, there has been applause. A lot of smiles in this crowd right now. And so now the manatee will be raised on a lift, put into the truck, and then they will drive away. But it's one of those things where you really want to see it until the very end, where the manatee is actually in the truck and you know for sure that this manatee will be okay. You know, typically around this time of year, manatees are known for traveling south. They migrate to warmer water during this time. So one of the questions that we'll definitely want to get an answer to is just how did this manatee find its way all the way into this Ortega neighborhood in a storm pipe? But it is a very unbelievable story. When we walk around and talk to some of the city crew members and also Fire and Rescue in the initial part of this rescue, and look at them. That is a heavy manatee. Those are at least, and the crowd full of applause again. There are at least 10 plus people. And the manatee is now in the truck. Again, the manatee will be taken down to Orlando. And we have been told by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation that SeaWorld is waiting on this manatee. Also, the local Jacksonville Zoo also helps in this operation. As we mentioned, Jacksonville Rescue, Fire and Rescue. And let's just take a quick look at the crowd and their applause. And you can see the manatee there. And just as with any other rescue, you see Jacksonville Fire and Rescue. And look at them now coming out of the truck. Some of them with smiles on their faces. Mission complete for Jacksonville Fire and Rescue as they come off that truck. And now you can see the manatee off to the right side in the truck, resting. I'm sure very happy that this process is over. A beautiful sight to see. Right now, Tarek, if you all are still looking, they just closed down the truck. This process, this phase of the manatee being rescued is now over.